These are the games of our lives. These are the days of our lives. And these are the times of our lives. And that is what KES coach Mzwake Nkosi will be telling his side as they look to make history here in Port Elizabeth. Welcome to the final game of the day of the Grey High PE Festival in 2018. It is the hosts, Grey High School, taking on KES from Johannesburg. And with me in the commentary box is Werner Barnard. Werner, good afternoon.
How's it, Justin? I think you're going to have to go quite a long way to cap the match that was just finished before this. Seeing DHS try the utmost there at the end against Garsfontein, just clipped 29-26. And Grey are, I think, in for a big game today. KES very fired up. They were disappointed on Saturday against Selborne. And I think we're in for a pulsating clash.
And also, it was a while ago since both of these sides played each other.
And last match was in 2007. Grey won that 25 points to 10. And I had a chat to one of our sort of older statesmen in the school environment, Mr. Ian Pringle, is involved in our All Grey Union. And he tells me that they played against each other in the 1960s and fairly sporadically on tour since then. And he was hard pressed to tell me the last time KES have won this game, which was very interesting. But also magnifies the pressure on the present the Grey team. I think you made a comment to me yesterday about KES in a position to make some history. And I don't have a prophet of doom, but those things tend to happen.
They do, and it's been a while since Grey have lost at their own festival as they look to set up their war dance.
Yeah, their war cry. It's a bit of funny galore. There isn't really anything to it, a bit of Xhosa, a bit of Afrikaans. But very special to the guys, a very special tradition.
With good old captain Corne Slabbert in the middle, the hooker. Talented individual.
Yes, Corne in his matric here, he's also a prefect. Represented EP at Grand Como and at the Academy Week last year. And I think he'd be quite disappointed if the Cravennick honours beyond him this year too.
We're almost ready. The scenes are set for an absolute cracker. The crowd is out, the sun is out, and this is going to be a titanic clash. Daniel Wolf there, the number one.
And CJ Griffin shot.
It's going to be Matty Easton. We just see the lineups there.
I've been to look out for you today. Joshua Stazen has scored a bucket of tries already this season on the right wing. Ryan Adams is a barn-busting 8th man. Demis and Javon, number 4, likes to carry the ball nice and hard and straight. And there's kickoff.
Puerta. Well, that's not out. Ryan Adams with a good take. He had Enrique Franks on his outside. Get out of the road. Jason Klutzer. Here we go. In Port Elizabeth, Tlatla. The blindside flanker. It's been turned. Dazel gets a chance at scrum up for KES today. Lekuleni, the captain, being patient at the back. So KES, they've lost 3 on the trot now. What can they bring? Dazel, Puerta, sends it downtown. So Oosthuizen, you don't want to kick it to this bloke. He finds Franks, Enrique Franks. Good tackle by KES. Pedro, skips Tlatla. Big carry, it's been ripped away, but it's play on. Penalty.
Interesting there, Grey trying to run the ball in the control zone. You see these guys getting it onto the foot and sending it downfield. And I think he'll be quite happy to escape there. Demis and Giovanna was fairly isolated in that contact situation. Easton with a chance to find some yards downfield. And he's found a good touch.
Well, goal for KES in this game as well is to get a try on the board. They have failed to do so in their last 2 outings. Will it be different today? As Corne Slabbert will feed the lineouts. Good take by Krief. The flanker. Easton. Matjolweni Well, this could be Saturday all over again. Is this kid dynamite or what, Werner?
Wonderful try there. Interesting to see them go wide from the slow ball. Easton's timing is absolutely perfect there. Malawini right through the gap and close to the posts. Dream start for the host school, and I think Coach Miles will be smiling after that try.
All muscle and pump from the number 13.
Oh, lovely stuff there. There's the replay. 3 guys. Lovely shift to the ball in the wrong arm. We'll keep quiet about that. But with intimidation, and over he goes. Lovely stuff from Liam Malawini.
Nothing was going to stop him there. Like a teenager going to the nightclub on a Friday night. He only knew one way. Matty Easton. 4 out of 6 on Saturday. No problem. 7-0. What a beautiful line that was.
There's a little nerves there. Sort of start you want as a coaching staff and as a team. This great side's really pumped up for this game as well. KES were telling us all week that they're underdogs, and great staff haven't fallen for that for a second. And I think they'll be very happy to get on the board first this afternoon.
Puerta with that hanging kick. This will be a tester for Gray.
A good receipt there from Ryan Adams.
Gray doing well to get that back. Pedro, he was sparky on Saturday, so he's kicked that in field. Here come KES through Hoffman. He's got Puerta on his outside. A chance here on the left. They need quick hands. They meet Machalweni. Dazel away to Van Buren. And here goes Caleb O'Donoghue. What a run from the hooker. KES, can they strike next? Puerta with a cutout pass. Lekuleni. Oosterhuizen, good tackle by the winger. O'Donoghue to Connor Van Buren. He's only 16 years of age. Can you believe it? Puerta to O'Donoghue again. This is much better. Joshua Nkomo. And it's a penalty. Decision time.
Yeah, Gray, let me correct you. It's Andrew Dalglish on the left there, Justin. Joshua says on the right. And I think good value. Changed direction there. Great overfolded. All open up in the middle, and O'Donoghue made some good yardage, and gets surprising going for the corner here. And with the 3 points, they won 7.
It's been a long time coming.
That's a great kick.
Terrific kick. So, can KES get a much needed try to make their statement here in Port Elizabeth? O'Donoghue will have the feed. And Cormo. And they look to get the bear going here, the red bear. Corral doing tremendously well. Great defense.
Fantastic kind of work there. Aspect of the play that the school prides itself on is the line-outs and the drive and the defense of the drive. And that's sort of picture-perfect stuff from the boys in Azure Blue. Love the contrast of the jerseys here. KES and Grey both unmistakable in terms of their kit. A lovely bright red and grey in the sky blue. And now it's Stubbort's turn to settle the nerves here and get themselves out of jail. KES might rue that. You want to try and put those away if you get a chance. Communication probably let them down a little bit as they got too close to the touchline.
It's a slap it to the feet. The throw to Adams. The number 8. Ronaldo Pedro being patient. Back to Easton. It's still in. And here we go. Hoffman to TK Molotsi. There's space here for Snyders. He'll have a go. Great running by the outside centre. KES looking full of running out here. Connor Van Buren again. Dazel. Snyders. Blistering pace on the right there. Great running. Dazel to O'Donoghue. Great hands from Kluter. Almost an intercept. Let's play on. Joshua Nkomo. The lock forward. About 10 out now. Puerta having a go. Gray's defense looking strong. but they're going to have to defend here at some stage. KES, surely you have to break the line here. O'Donoghue. Dazel to O'Neill, the tight head prop. The pick and drive. Iago KES plowing away. Taking a while to come out. O'Donoghue, the hooker. So close. Dazel. The defense from Gray has been magnificent. Really close. It's a try. Can you believe it? Who's coming up with it? I think it's the prop forward. It's Kate O'Neill.
Yeah, rich reward there. Dominant passage of play from KES. Keeping the ball, getting their running pods going, and then the slow ball management close to the line is really, really good. And the big man just dived over the top of that last ruck, it looked like to me. But full value there, KES. I think Matt Easton will rue that missed touch kick, and Gray's chase line's not very good from the touch finder. And the man celebrating his try.
So that's their first score after 2 games. And they are here in Port Elizabeth. They're up for it. Reece Buerta with a chance to level the scores. Great strike from the number 10. He had trouble on Saturday. No mistake there.
And 7 players all here. I think Gray need to assert themselves on this kickoff. I imagine contestable. Easton needs to get some hang time, get his forwards get underneath it, and then he start playing the game in KES' half. And KES full value there, keeping possession for a long period of time and getting the reward they deserved.
Easton. Connor Van Buren. Well, he plays like a 20-year-old. Dazel is waiting for it. Great, causing drama.
That's all held up there. Collapsed small, that is a turnover. And I think KES will rue that. The structure was fantastic on the receipt, and they're just couldn't get the ball out. And now it's advantage Gray, scrum deep in KES territory. And I think after that first try, we're going to see them try something again. Easton's having a chat to Ronaldo Pedro. What have they got up under their sleeves here?
Well, Gray, they got a lot of venom on the outside. Fullback Enrique Franks. Winger, right winger Joshua stays, and then also Matthew Lueni. How do you have a response for those players? Pedro will feed.
KES fullback standing very deep here in defence. So there is a bit of an overlap. They'll have some work to do if they do get it wide. Ref unhappy with this, with the set there in the scrum. Justin, that's been the culmination of what has been an enormous festival. 86 sides have played over 2 days, and you've still got 4 matches going on all the fields here at school, and at Crusaders ground, Old St George's Park. Kingswood are playing over there, and it's been quite a pulsating weekend, and a very appropriate match to end it off, in my opinion.
Pedro. Free kick. Pedro taking some time, and then he goes. Ronaldo Pedro. Easton to Dupria, and here comes Franks. Whoa, looked like he went bodyboarding there. Olje Dupria, the number 12, on the far corner, and he's drifted into touch.
Franks got very, very hard there, landing on the cricket pitch here on the Phillip field. Probably needed the ball go a little bit earlier, but I'll be happy with that. Continue to have a crack on the outside. And now KES' chance to clear their lines. Setting very quickly for the line out, they're ready to go.
And Cornwall does really well there. Alekuleni, the captain, with a good pop ball. KES looking to play rugby. They go back to Buerta. And he finds touch with a decent clearance.
Very good work there from KES. I'm loving the intensity of their pod runners here. Guys are very, very determined to cross the advantage line, and they're getting it right every single time. Very, very compact on defence though. So I wonder how long until we see KES play a decoy option go wide there. And catches Gray was napping at the moment. A bit narrow on defence.
They got Gas out wide. TK Malotzi. Slabbit with the feed. Play on. Repens with a good take, and Njivana up the middle. All 111 kilograms of him. Here's Adams. He's had some explosive runs. A lot of power from the number 8. Pedro to Wolf. KES defending like Trojans. Pedro goes on the short side. Dab ahead from Easton. Oosthuizen. What a pickup!
Oh,
tremendous skill from Joshua Oosthuizen. He plays like a runaway bullet.
Take a bow, Josh. Unbelievable there. The grab, tiptoeing on the touchline, and he goes under the poles. Sneaky, sneaky work. Easton and he seem to be developing a bit of a sixth sense with each other to put those grubbers through, and that was sensational stuff. One for the replay, I'm sure, Justin.
So we just see Pedro, great vision from Easton, the dab ahead, and look at this great skill. We all thought it was going out, except for Joshua Oosthuizen, and he is a try-scoring machine.
That's his 10th of the season already, 5 games in. Loves to go over the try line, I suppose most good wingers do. And Easton should add the extras fairly easy here, right under the sticks. Nova Ferreira, the first-year manager in Shotcha, in his 4th year doing the job, very responsible young man. Citrus Farmer from the Potensi area, and he's convinced that we need to start serving oranges at half-time to our team and our opponents, Justin. Well,
Matty Easton struggled a few weeks ago against Polrus, and on Saturday he was a lot better, kicked 4 out of 6, and he's got 2 out of 2 today so far. Reese Burda. Hanging kick. Good take again by Gray. Slabbit, the captain. And here's Dalglish. Oh, beats one. He's got pace. Can he link up? He does to CJ Griff. But too optimistic there, but great attacking rugby there from Gray.
So often you really see teams attack the short side from the kickoff. It often opens up, sides overcompensate. And good work there from Kurna Slabbit to see the replay here. Takes the short side, and Dalglish has got to turn a pace as well. Very unselfish, he plays the pass inside LJ Prayer. No, sorry, CJ Griff. The speculator here. And lucky for Gray, knocked on by KES, and they've got to scrum deep in KES territory again. Geez, both sides are quite eager to leave a bit of space on the outside, Justin.
They are indeed. Renato Pedro. Adams to Pedro again. Machiolueni runs into his opposite, Snyders. Adams to Olje de Priya. Pedro with a little kick ahead, work for Dazel. He does well, but he's under pressure. KES inside, deep inside their own half. Malotzi, that time, had to play at scrum off. Decent clearance.
Dazzled it very well, and a lot of pressure. Sneaky little chip kick over the top again. The fight in the ground is very important in the modern game, and he kept possession for his side there. Scrambled well, and they found a good touch. And Gray going with the 5-man liner chair again. Slabbit metronomic in accuracy in the first couple of weeks. Rewarded with a night side of Dussault's Grill, the great forward pack were. And he's found his jumper, or missed his jumper, but they've cleaned up. Oh, turnover ball.
Great turnover there from Quitondo, who gets a chance today. Connor van Buren, it's been inspirational. He has trouble. Great. Managed to cut it down. And Cormor, here's a breakout. KES up the middle. Well, they made a few line breaks so far. They're looking much better. Buerda to Kluda. The loose head prop. The fend off on Slabbit. Finds his captain, Lekuleni. And there's TK Molotsi. Lekuleni has to clean up the rubbish. And we're coming back for the penalty.
Surprised not to see a card there. It's a sling tackle. Referees have informed us they are unhappy with those now. Man slung to the ground. And KES with the penalty right in front of the front of the field here, just outside the 10. Looks like going for a touch on the far touchline. But they're messy stuff. Probably put the curse on Cornet. Missed the throw, and Repin's a bit eager to get it wide. Probably should have tightened the ball up and maintained possession. But KES have looked very dangerous in the counter-attack. It's a lovely clearance.
Caleb O'Donoghue. KES with an opportunity now. And Cornwall, he's been good. And they look to get the cattle truck going here on the Phillip field. Creep's gone down. They might have poached this. Stolen goods. Terrific work there. Great. They have it back. What a steal. So that's not out. This could be trouble. Joseph I. Normally plays at flank. He'll be difficult to bring down. What a switch ball there. But great. Read it like a book. O'Donoghue at fly off. He's going to have a go. Great run. Dazel goes on the short side. Snyder's back to Neil Hoffman, the fullback. KES not panicking. Puerta having a stab. Obstruction, I think, there, Venner.
This KES side is very, very dangerous in the counter-attack. Great, a few men rushing out there. Pillermen a little bit over-eager, and they've missed the tackle probably 3 phases in a row. So I think the breathing rate of the great coach probably calmed down a little bit now. Interesting that Easton decided to kick a clearance across the poles. That adage, I don't know, when you were in primary school, we were told we'd never to do that. And yeah, I think lucky to escape there. KES at some point, I think, have got to find a hole. Dominate position and territory.
They're asking questions. Easton, that's a good kick. So they're back where they want to be.
We've got a man down here, and the KES, it's number 10. Key man for them is Reese Puerta, and I think the coach will be very happy to see him up and running again.
He is vital to the cause, the number 10.
Gray setting a very wide attack here. We've got Demisa Giovanna and Ryan Adams right on the far touchline with Lisa Ludler and that man Josh Westhuizen. Back ball. Easton. Dupree wide to Franks, reaches for it. Good hands. Westhuizen into contact. It's on the ground, they will let him go. Pedro. Oh, Dupree's better hash with that one. Advantage to KES. And the ref says no advantage forthcoming. Scrum down, red ball.
Well, it's ferocious out there. 14 plays 7 with about 10 minutes to go.
See Marco Nakir coming on here for Daniel Wolf.
Try scorer on Saturday.
Funny enough, Marco scored 3 tries already this year from more than 40 meters out. Quite a lithe character. He's about 95 kilograms. But he's convinced me he's going to be a flanker in later life.
I don't believe it.
Neither do I.
But if he scored tries like that, who knows? So, KES. The red machine. Under pressure, Nfusane with the pickup. Dazel. Puerta back on the inside. Good running by TK Molotsi. Dazel. Nfusane to O'Donoghue. Well, he's popped up a lot. Puerta having a go again like Geordie Barrett. He's got one who beats. Steps left, steps right. Here come KES. Can they strike? And Giovanna trying to cause drama. They got the turnover, Gray. At the vital time, Enrique Franks. Tlatla. Not really sure where he's running, but they'll reset. They clear, but it's not out. Work for TK Molotsi. And what's in his mind? He passes to Hoffman. Has a run. Trouble. Snyders, the number 13. So they've been playing some unsurprising rugby. And they go around the blind side. like a pop-up toaster. Here they go, KES. O'Donoghue to Connor Van Buren. Almost breaking through. KES are looking like a different animal at the moment. Puerta to Kluter. Good hands to Lekoleni, his captain. TK Molotsi. 5 outs. And it's a penalty.
And Frank's letting go of the ball in the tackle. But gee whiskers, KES are running yards here, left and right. And a sneaky run down the short side there by number 22. Is it Morse? What is his name? So the man you said is a flanker, slippery character. Good carry, and KES asking all sorts of questions. Gray living on the ragged edge. It's a 3rd or 4th clearance in a row now where they haven't found their touch. And I think coach will be a bit worried about their chase lines. KES are getting up the field far too easily from deep in their own half. Going for the corner here. That last drive was very, very effective.
KES can cross here. The locals will be very nervous. And Cornwall, he's been good. Here come KES. Gray with a sack. Could be a vital one. Is it there for Dazel? We go back for the penalty. Gray got to watch their discipline.
Got a flag, yeah. I think one of the KES men is mountaineering on the guy off his feet. So this penalty can go one of 2 ways. And now the referee's telling the, it looks like the physiotherapist from KES to just calm down a bit. But the touch has his flag out. Racking was out, Lord, and we were still schoolboys, Justin. And now the Grey physiotherapist is also been given a chat and being told to back off a bit.
Shenanigans going down here in Port Elizabeth. Puerta finds touch. So how long can Gray hold on for? That is the question. And Cornwall again. This time they go to the back line. Puerta. Great ball there. So they look to set it up. They pick and drive. KES are close now. Really close. Here they go. Gray under the pump. And it's lost forward. Well, they get out of jail, Gray again.
Lekoleni's catching the eye there with his carries, number 6. Built like a Sherman tack, the young man, running up the field there. And Giovanni with I think a very timely tackle under the poles. Somehow the ball's been knocked on in the contact, and KES have a scrum again. And they want to find a reward here. 5 minutes left in the half. This game could have a very different destination if it's 14-14 at the break.
So will they get their strike runners involved? Number 13, Snyders. Will they go through Mozane if they get the scrum rights? Just under 5 minutes to go of the half. 14 plays 7. The hosts, Grey, are in the lead.
TK Moletti's lurking here just behind the scrum. Seeing an inside ball coming here from the fly to him.
Could go anywhere. Picked up by Muzane. Tries to get out of the tackle from Krief. Krief has done well there. Disrupted the momentum. Puerta. Hoffman trying to slip a tackle. KES have all the ball and they've lost it.
It's a pity there. The pick up at the back was a bit slow. Krief pounced and pushed them backwards, and then from there, it's been a very dominant scrum. You've had a good shoulder. Disappointing, trying to push the pace on the outside, and unfortunately the mistake came. And Gray breathe again. Desperation tackle on the outside there. I think Enrique Franks has got through a ton of work on defence today. But man, Demisa and Javon has put in 2 huge hits so far, Justin.
He's been enormous. He's a difficult man to bring down, and he had a lot of breakaways in that game against St. John's on Saturday. Also going for the offload once or twice, not finding a player. But anyways, one for the future.
Sonny Bill Williams is probably the worst thing that's ever happened to schoolboy rugby.
Agreed. So, big running from Gray. Can they relieve some pressure? What a clearance.
That's a bit better there from Matt Easton.
He's got a big boot.
If I'm not mistaken, that is Zander Slubbert in shot. Grade 11 boy Gray had to stop playing rugby due to concussions. And the referees tell me he's in the top 10 in terms of fitness at the moment in the province as a referee. Oh, Corne Slubbert kicking the ball away there. Not sure what that was about. And it's KES ball, about 5 minutes from the halfway line.
Well, it feels like we're waiting for magic to happen. Kind of Van Buren this time. Puerta to Morse to Snyders. Yeah, they go. Hoffman, good hands. TK Molotsi. Good tackle by Matulweni. Dazel. And it's Kluter again with a show and go from the loose head prop. Got a bag of tricks. Dazel, they got space on the right. Morse and Cornwall with hands. Lekuleni, the captain. Gray defending for their lives.
Offsides there. That's the third or fourth time Gray have tackled in on the outside. West Station rushing up, and it's creating space for them. KES getting a go forward every single time. And then coming back the different direction. Gray offsides. And KES will go for poles here. Interesting, I wonder if they'll rue this, Justin. Reese has opted not to go for poles 3 times, and they haven't come up with a try yet. So try and narrow the gap here.
I think they just are thinking at the moment that they need to get some reward from being in the half all the time. They don't want to go away with nothing before half time.
Well, being a pragmatist myself, ticking over the 3s, you're banking. This is the Standard Bank Grey Festival. You want to bank some points in association with Powerade and in support of our Go FM. Thanks very much to our sponsors. They've done a great job for us here. School Sports Live, providing a stellar service without peer in this country in this format of broadcasting. And it's wonderful we can bring this game to you. There we have, Reese Buddha lining up the penalty here. Should be simple enough. And Tissani Paula, there it goes. 14 plays 10 with not much time left in this half, 35 seconds according to the stadium clock. And I think KES will probably feel a little bit like they've underdone their soul. So short, Justin. They've had a lot of territory, a lot of possession, and they've only scored 1 try so far. Now the penalty goal.
Easton. So this time he sends it into the 22 to the captain, Lekuleni. He has a go, gain some yards. KES, will they play the percentage game? Penalty.
Creepy to be careful flinging the ball away like that. Fairly cynical. I know the coaches don't want guys putting hands in. They prefer sort of a policy of spreading across the field. And particularly the way KES have found space on the outside. And there, well, if you just punch it a touch, and that's half time, 14 plays 10. And Justin, I think it's been quite a pulsating half. It's flown by. Very exciting, and it's been more KES than Grey.
Yes, Venner, I think as well, you got to give it to KES. They've had it hard over the past few weeks, and it's been a great response from the boys in the Reds.
For sure. Always tough here, second game of a festival. You're always worried that your boys' minds are on the plane and not in the game. But KES have been up for this, and they've been very, very impressive. Some of their ball carriers, the captain in particular, my word, what a powerful young man. And I've loved the way that Reese Buerder's controlled the game at 10. Lovely crowd that has turned out today. 2 spectators sharing a word there. Yeah. All right, so that is half-time break. We'll take an advert and we'll be back with you shortly.
We're all going somewhere, but we're not all getting there the same way. That's why Standard is now personal. Personal to your journey. To your next big idea, big deal, big win. Your next, I do. You need a bank that's human above all else. That fosters interactions above transactions. That encourages accountability, not just accounts. Because when you step onto your next, we step up to your next dream turned reality. Your next, siyakubongela mntanam, usebenzile. So what's your next? Because wherever you're going, we'd love to come along for the journey. Standard Bank, moving forward.
So we're back, Grey High School, the hosts, in the final game of the 2018 Grey High School Festival. They are in the lead, 14/10 to KES. Fena, well, there is a chance for history to be made here, but that's up to KES.
As you said earlier, some of the people in the archivists struggled to find a win for KES in the history of the game between the two schools. But they're looking pretty much like going to grab it today. Grey with 2 moments of brilliance in the first half in attack to get their 2 tries, and KES have since dominated territory in possession and come away with only 10 points, and I think the coach will be quite disappointed about that, Justin.
Indeed, KES were camped in Grey's half for a large portion of the first half, managed to score 1 try and a penalty, and then on Grey's side it was more individual brilliance.
Yes, Joshua says his pick up there from his tip, on the fingertips, in front of his feet, right on the touch, trying to score into the poles. And then Muddlewenny's timing of his run from that scrum, unbelievable to score into the poles as well. And since then, it's been nothing but red. The Azure Blues are quite absent. Just about ready to go here. Final words from the 2 coaches. And I think the messages will be quite different in both camps too, Justin.
Indeed. And Mzwaka and Kosi, well, he won't stop. You want to pump up the boys of KES.
And KES came off a remarkable season last year. Beat all comers. I think they lost 2 games, or 1 game.
There's only 1 game, and that was against Monash.
They made history last year, and it's quite hard the year after always to try and sort of retain those heights again. Often boys don't work as hard as much, or you lose a couple of wonderful players, matric boys that pass out. But they've been very impressive, very organised, and I've just loved the way their fly has controlled the game. Reese Buddha has been very, very impressive for me today.
So we're almost ready to go.
So the wind has picked up, blowing from left to right on your screen at the moment. And that could have a bit of impact for KES here. Butta's probably not used his boot as much as he could have. But this allows him to turn that Grey back 3 around and keep them pinned deep in their own half.
So Reese Butta will get the second half underway. What will unfold? Yeah, in Port Elizabeth in the final game. Butta waiting for the signal. Repens lets that go. And KES now have the first chance of the second half.
Oh, a moment too big there for Theo, unfortunately. Simple catch, looked up at the last second. Let it go down, and now KES, I think, be very pleased having an attacking scrum.
It'll be interesting to see if they pick up again from the back through Nkmuzane, or will they get their weapons out in the back line. Dazel with the feed. Dazel to Butta. Here we go. It's Snyders on the switch ball. KES in the 22. Loose ball. That's not what they need, but they've still got it. The Reds. Butta out wide to TK Malotsi, but he finds touch.
Easton again tackling in there. So my apologies, Westhuizen. And again, KES full of running. And that's getting a bit frustrating now to an extent. They've been hammering away, hammering tongs all day long, and they haven't had any success on the outside. Then they try coming from the pick and go close to the line. And Grey with a turn to try and get out of their half. The wind is picking up a little bit. This could be a tough clearance kick for Matt Easton.
And KES Well, they had to upset the party.
Messi in the front there. Kesman turned the ball over and he's carrying the touch, and it's Gray a second bite at the cherry. Kes will contest that front ball quite well today. Let's mention the majority of our tweets we're receiving here at School Sports Live seem to be Red supporters. Hashtag SSL Rugby. Let us know what you think. Get involved in the conversation. School Sport Live, obviously, with their platform on YouTube as well as Facebook, and catch them on Instagram as well.
So KES have it back again. Well, if they score here, it will set the cat amongst the pigeons, that's for sure. O'Donoghue, he had a good first half. That's gone down. Picked up by Lekuleni. Still going. Dazel to Morse. To Snyders, the danger man. Finds Hoffman. He's got work to do. Good defense by Gray.
And again, Gray wing Andrew Dalglish showing him the outside gap, and again, luckily able to scrag him. And KES have got to get reward for this territorial dominance at some point, putting pressure on the Grey lineouts as well. I think a slightly easier clearance this time now in terms of the angle of the wind for Matt Easton on the nearer side of the field for us to where we are situated. Lovely crowd here today. People have stuck around. A lot of people are working today, Justin. Poor buggers. We've watched a lovely day of school rugby, and they turned out in numbers for this afternoon clash.
So Gray now, deep inside their own half. KES might have stolen this. They have. But somehow Gray get the penalty.
Man was isolated there. And, not sure. I think the Warwick Griffin made up for his mistake and got on his feet quickly enough. And got hands on the ball, and the ref felt the KES man hadn't placed the ball in time. Holding on, and Gray get to clear the lines. That's a fair touch final from Matt Easton, and they can breathe easily again.
You also get the feeling if Gray can just get their hands on the ball, they will breach this KES defense with their strike runners. The KES need to take their opportunities. Slubbert with the feed. And this time it's Krief. So they look to get the blue tank going. Good rolling maul. What can Gray do? It's picked up by Njivana. Tries to give the big don't argue against the captain, Lekuleni. Pedro looking for space. He might have found some. Work here for Joseph I. He might have knocked that. Gone back. All over the place, and he has a chance now for Gray.
Changed his mind there, surprisingly. I think the chat with the AR was a bit far away. Right decision made in the end, and Gray with an attacking scrum. First time that's been in KES 22, probably the whole game. Both their tries started outside, and I think they'll be relishing this chance to attack once again. Easton is having a candid chat to the men around him. I think they've got something up his sleeve. Probably a strike play coming here.
A devious mood. Pedro. Good scrum. Adams to Pedro. He has trouble. Dupree. So Gray. And KES get the penalty.
Great defence there. Fantastic work. Getting over the top of the ball there was the captain, number 6. Rallying his troops, and very pleased to have got out of jail there. LJ Dupree a bit isolated, and great work on defence. Good tackle. Second man in, a shot over the ball. Turnover, penalty, KES.
Lekuleni, the captain, is having a fantastic game. It's exactly what KES need from him. Good kick by Puerta.
KES is interesting to see what the option will be. I'm assuming a shorter line out to run the ball again. Fall 7 times, get up 8 will be the mantra here. Got to get it right at some point. Lovely ball to the back.
And Musane there. Puerta away to Morse. And he has a chance now. Hoffman takes it up himself. Had Molotsi on his outside. Dazel. And Van Buren puts it down. It's gone back. So it's play on for Grey High School. They're trying to hold him up, KES. It's there for Pedro. Good hands from Adams. But then Grey slip up. So it's back for KES. Not sure what that is.
Nervy stuff from both sides there. Guys a bit panicky. Pressure telling a bit. Adams has passed a little bit behind Elgin Dupree, and then KES, the attempted clearance downfield there by Aiden Daisel, went straight up in the air. No advantage accruing, so KES with the scrum. And I wonder if they wouldn't want to start playing a bit more of a territory game here, Justin. Sort of playing themselves, is that adage, you're going to play too much rugby, you're going to try and run too much unnecessarily. And I think would probably be best served here, finding a bit of territory and making Grey stay in their own half, as done it so successfully in the first.
Well, they've got the navigator to do it, Reese Burtzer. You get the feeling that KES's game depends on him as Daisel gets ready. Mfuzane, Aiden Daisel, Reese Burtzer, space on the right. Hoffman to Joseph I. Almost beats one. Brought down by Frank Samatilweni. KES looking to break the defense. Mfuzane to Connor Van Buren. Daisel goes short side. Snyders to Quitondo. KES looking polished. Connor Van Buren. Burtzer with the pass to O'Donoghue. Good skills by the hooker. And here's Lekoleni in the back line. And he's put it down.
Seems Corner Slubbett's been watching a bit of soccer the last couple of days. The second little kick from the hooker. But RG Bargy, how's your father here going on between the two packs of forwards? Nothing in it really. And that was a good big hit from CJ Greff on his opposite number, dislodging the ball, and a great breathe again. Crowd giving the opposing school a bit of a rev here, as they want to do. Nice turnout again from the men. They're all on holiday. They've stayed in town to support their first team.
RG Bargy out there at the moment. Just over 20 minutes to go on the further field. Grey inside their own half. Not had much ball. Adams picks up. Great running by Dupree. Stop start at the moment.
Fairly unnecessary offload there after that great run to CJ Greff, and then the ball spilled free, and there's someone going to touch Grey with the line up down the 10-metre line. But you assume that they want to try and keep the ball for a longer period of time. KES very patient, happy to keep the ball through the phases, and Grey trying to score for every single phase. So I think Coach Miles will be pulling his hair out.
Slubbert. It's been turned. KES have been fantastic at line-out time. They have all the ball at the moment. O'Donoghue. It's all about that final pass, the execution. And as we say that, Burtzer knocks it on.
Uncharacteristic area there for the young man. He's had a great game so far, but it seems the pressure's picking up. And both sides are very pensive. I think whoever scores first now, next is going to win this game.
Indeed, if Grey do get the next points, it's going to be a long way back for KES. With just under 20 minutes to go.
That sort of remind me of two heavyweight boxers sort of clawing at each other in those middle rounds, a bit tired. And that sort of makes you more open to a knockout punch. And I think the next score possibly could be that, Justin, whichever way it goes.
Could be Matloweni again. All muscle and pump, the number 13. And what a talent he is, Fenner.
Yes, vice captain of the EP Under-17 Sevens team last year. We're expecting high honours for him this year. He's had a fantastic season and one of the best work rates on defence I've ever seen. The man is prepared to get up and get back and tackle again and again and again. Real team man, and adds a lot of value to the side he's playing in this year.
It's not all about the limelights. Adams goes to Pedro. They got Oosthuizen on the right. He's electric. They got to watch that kid. Good defense by KES. It's taking a while to come out the rabbit hole. So they pick and drive. KES. Penalty to Gray, so it'll be interesting to see if they have a shot here. But it'll be a long way out.
Yeah, the line success rate hasn't been great today, but Easton is going down towards the right-hand touchline. Find a good touch. He's given a good nudge there. And I guess they're hoping for a bit better success in the line-out. It hasn't been very good today for them. Set a very high standard for themselves in terms of line-out wins. So they'll hope for a better attempt now.
Gray looking for the killer blow. Overthrow. And that was a good move there. Trying to catch KES napping. And KES come in with a steal. Instrumental.
Superb defense there again by KES. They pumped up. And Gray's going to have to dig deep here to find something. Being repelled every single time they get into KES's territory. Runners getting isolated. And another fantastic tackle and turnover from the men in red.
Buerta. And that's not out. Easton to Joshua Stazen. Sniffing something. Dalglish. Just over halfway. It's hole in the soul out there at ruck time.
Turnover ball.
Yeah. KES have it. Terriers in those rucks. There's space in behind. Connor Van Buren will have a carry. Playing his heart out. Penalty.
Stub it off sides there. Didn't come through the gate. Tap and go quickly.
Tap and go from Dazel. Good yards by the number 9. A pick and drive. The game will go bonkers if KES score next. Buerta with a show and go. He's been a standout today. They go through their forwards, KES. Connor Van Buren to his lock partner, Joshua Nkomo. Gray not giving an inch. And they've got the turnover. It just seems at the last second that KES are making an error and giving it back to Gray. And as a result, they've only had one try in the game.
Gray making some changes here. See Joe Lyons on at number 20. And again, it's Mark O'Keefe coming on in the front row. This time in the place of Daniel Wolf. Kamisa and Javon having a bit of attention here from Fuff Holder, the bike and assist. And it's decision time. KES have loaded up both sides here. 3 on the blind side. Fullback is hovering behind the scrum and 2 on the open side. But you can probably expect an 8 pick up to 9. And have a go down this big open side that they've got to exploit. Scrum nicely placed just outside the 10-metre line.
Dazel. Tough one for him. Buerta. He has a chance for TK Molotsi. Almost coasting through. And Cormo. He pops it to Connor Van Buren. His right-hand man.
So it's Grant. Turnover. Great defense there from the men in Azure Blue this time. CJ Greff quite prominent there. Got the arms around the man. And he was not letting go for any money. And now go the scrum. I think the ref will probably shift them off the pitch where they are situated. Surprising he's moving them backwards. Usually the call is sideways.
Each to his own.
Pedro wants a different ball. He's kicked the one off the field now.
So Gray's defence of the festival has been superb. They hold St John's scoreless in terms of tries, and they've only let in 1 so far in this game. But they can't afford to actually let in a try, Werner.
They cannot, yeah. Gap is only 4 points. I think a lot of this defence today has been more by luck than design, but they've kept KES up, as KES have got very, very close on several occasions. But again, it's always that spirit. That'll be the match report in assembly. We'll describe the spirit and that effort and how brave they've been.
Adams goes blind. He's had some thundering runs. He finds his right winger, Oosthuizen. Great. It's there for Pedro. They crash it up. So, what do Grey have up their sleeves? Pedro calming things down with the box kick. This will be a tester. TK Malotsi does really well. He's a natural fullback, and that's why. But Grey almost have it, but it's a penalty.
Offsides there, lovely kick chase from Joshua Oosthuizen. Man and ball, Malotsi had a lot of work to do, did quite well. And so the Grey men entering there, referee says they've left their feet. And KES get back into territory again. Reece Burdick with the mockers on him earlier. He's had a good game so far, apart from a few mistakes. And he finds a very solid touch. And again, KES can start again.
KES have been throwing themselves at Grey. And at some stage, they've got to break the line. And Cornwall, fabulous take from the number 4. Buerta, away to Morse. Lekuleni, the captain. Dazel to Toniu with a big run. Snyders almost breaking through. Dazel has to dig. He gets it. Kluter, who's been much better today. The Grey boys have had to make hundreds of tackles out here. It's picked up by Nkomo. He's enjoying himself out there. The number 4. It is absolute warfare out there at ruck time. And Grey, they have it back.
Great work on the ground there. Pedro deciding to attack down the short side, and Rick Franks flirting with the touchline, offloads in. Oh, another unnecessary offload. And what does the referee say here? No, gone to touch. Great ball. Hate those offloads, Justin. Keep the damn thing. Hold on to the pull. Control the clock, control possession.
And then let it go at the right time.
For sure. Play what's in front of you to an extent, but you can't force what isn't there. And KES winning the inches here. The inches all around you. And at the moment, KES are getting their hands on them.
Well, no points in the second half. 20 minutes gone, 10 minutes to go. The Grey coaching staff will be nervous out there. Pedro. It's there. Easton. And here's Oosthuizen having a stab. They got numbers on the left, but they need to execute. He has danger. Franks. He has a go himself. Enrique Franks. He should go all the way. Unbelievable from the number 15. Vital score.
Unreal there. What wonderful composure from the great back line. They've had very few chances. And when the moment came, Enrique Franks, hot knife through butter there. And close to the sticks he goes in. Vital score. 19 plays 10 with the conversion to come. And KES must be heartbroken, couldn't Justin?
That's a sign of a good side. They haven't had much ball, but when they get it, they execute. When there's space, they take their chances well. And that is why it's 19-10.
Easton with another fairly easy attempted goal here. Sip of water. Gets the tee from Old Madva. And he'll hope to put this over. See this again, Oosthuizen with a good carry. And the decision was there. Easton with a skip pass. Finds Franks. Show and go. Beats the despairing tackle. And there's no one left. Looks around, realizes it's easy as you like. Grin on the face, and he goes in under close to the poles. Easy as you like. Played second fiddle to Sichlin Jazula last year. Sichlin named in the SN20 side a few days ago, along with Lubs Dubela, another one of our old boys. Very proud of those two. Shout out to them. And my word, pulsating clash. Conversion is over. 21 plays 10 with less than 10 minutes to play. But I don't think we've seen the last of KES, Justin.
We haven't, but it's going to take a lot of spirits. They've got about 9 minutes to score twice. They have to dig deep. They have to believe. Puerta. And Krief comes to the rescue for Gray after that contestable kickoff. Ronaldo Pedro goes short side, and here's trouble. Andrew Dalglish. Great running by the left winger. Fantastic stuff. Great with confidence now. The loose ball picked up by Easton. Space on the right. Machaweni, the danger man. Enrique Franks. He'll go for a double. Still going. Brilliant play by the fullback. Great. In search of their 4th try. The danger is on. They strike next. It could all be over here. Easton away to Alje de Prea. Brilliant stuff. Daglish. Andrew Daglish scores for Gray, and he's surely won it for Gray.
KES starting to look a little bit tired there. They played a lowering in the first half with a little reward, and Gray starting to move the ball around now. Some lovely interplay there, and then Andrew Dalglish showing that instinct for the try line, beats the last defender, and he goes in under the poles, and that means a lot to him there. Baba Ferreira, they're very good friends, the two of them, and with an easy conversion again from Matt Easton, 26 plays 10. This is pretty much all over.
They put the hammer down, and the school is alive.
See that again there. Lovely hands. Dalglish just on the end, beats the defender on the inside. And he goes in close to the posts. And the conversion is good. 28 points to 10. And this KES side, they're not slow. They're not slow going back to the half line. A lot of pride in these men in red, and they want to get another try here.
Well, Franks has inspired his team, involved in both of the last tries. And Theosaurus struggles there, and here come KES through Fieberger.
That restart seems to be a bit of an Achilles heel here for the Grey men. They're not having the best day in that regard, but they live to breathe again. Takes a man to touch. Defensive line out. I imagine they're going to have a run here, Justin.
18 points up, why not? Slubbert. Good lineouts, Pedro. Here come Gray. Looking to put the nail in the coffin. Pedro. That looks like one of my golf shots.
A bit of a hook there. Rather out than in play. But KES now with another chance to show us that they can do. They've been full of running all afternoon. And they've gone for a short line out, only 4 in. Referee's resetting, and I'm sure that man Reese Boer is going to try something here.
Connor van Buren fought all day. Puerta. Good play by Moore. Seleko Leni. He's got a heart of a line. The number 6. KES, well, for their efforts, they definitely deserve to go out on a high here in Port Elizabeth. Big run. Again. Penalty to KES.
Well, sides them in a little bit over eager than on the side of the ruck there. And KES tap and go quickly. O'Donoghue had a barnstorming game, the big man. Gets his side close. One of those forward pods. They've been pumping away like pistons all day on either side of the breakdown. These KES pods are forwards. Good go forward ball. They've got momentum now. And more hard work for Gray to keep them out. And try time. Well deserved there for KES. They've hammered away all day long. And Justin, I'm not sure who that is. We wait to see a number. And the KES men are running back to the halfway line. They want to score another one. Nicholas Harris with a try. Rich reward for their dominance of territory and possession today. And it looks like Buerta's going for the hurry up with the conversion, so they can come back and score again.
Great attitude shown by KES. Buerta slots it. 28 plays 17. 3 minutes to go.
Not surprisingly, the Grey men are taking their time to regroup here. Not as fast up to the halfway line. Some might call it gamesmanship, some would call it intelligence. But I'm assuming Eastern will want to find a nice deep kickoff here so they can set the defensive line and keep KES pinned and possibly get a turnover.
The try was scored by the replacement scrum off.
Coach Miles giving Jared Lumpon his first run on in the first team jersey. He'll be looking forward to this all weekend, including the absence of Lakeland Gray as Jared.
Interesting kick. It's gone deep. And KES now with a chance. They got numbers for days. Great show and go. Intercepted by Matlaweni. Well, he'll be difficult to bring down. That was high, and this could be trouble. Ronaldo Pedro.
Getting up very gingerly there is Matlaweni. Put his body on the line both games this week. And Easton finds a, oh no, he's missed his touch here.
Good tap in by I. And Snyders, the number 13, picks it up. KES, will they have a crack? O'Donoghue to Buerta. Morse to Lekoleni, the captain. Finds Molotsi on the far left. Looking for their third try. They crash it up. Numbers on the right, there's an overlap and they knock it on. Well, that could have been trouble if they got it to the end there. Gray with a final chance to score another try.
Very popular substitution here. Daniel Ho, he's come in as a late replacement, third teamer on the bench, and he gets his first start on the first team jersey. What a moment for the young man. Also, Mark Michal has come on at centre. So Coach Miles running the changes now, giving the bigger guns a rest before the game against Queen's College on Saturday. But I think we're going to see something here. They'll want to score another try. There's a little bit more breathing room. But man, KES has been full value today. I feel very sorry for their side. They've tried so hard and have been unlucky.
Free kick. Pedro goes. He's got a step. This time gives it to Adams. Dalglish for a second. Dalglish, great finishing from the left winger.
Simple as you like it there. Pedro tap and go. Adams and Silverstone gives the ball to Dalglish, showing that speed, and he gets his brace. 35 points to 17. Or 33 points. Scoreboard is a little bit over eager there. And probably fair reflection. Grave had 5 chances to score tries, and they scored 5, Justin.
Also, what has been impressive is the amount of ball they've had and the opportunities. It's almost as if they've taken every opportunity. KES, on the other hand, they had so many opportunities and they just couldn't score enough tries.
By the way, it's been a pulsating game of first team rugby and a fitting end to it has been a wonderful festival. Thank you very much to our sponsors in Standard Bank, associated with Powerade, and supported by Algoa FM. To all those spectators and teams that have come to join us, it's been a wonderful 2 days, Justin.
Easton. Not his best kick.
Never mind.
That's all. Grey High School, the hosts, win the final game of the Grey High Festival in 2018. 33 points to 17. And there's a lot that Grey can take out of this going into their next fixture next week. KES, whilst their 4th loss in a row, and they really gave it their all out there.
They did. I think the great coach will be very happy. They've tested the depth a bit today, and the replacement players have stepped up to the plate, done very, very well against a very game and talented KES side. And I think Coach Miles and Base will be very satisfied with their Chargers' performance today.
If we just look at the results from today's games, started out Muir College versus St. David's. St. David's coming out on top there, 48 points to 5. And then St. Albans College was up next, and they beat Graham College 17-15. Then Brandwach took on St. Stilians. St. Stilians came out on top, 28 points to 14. And then Selborne College, probably the team of the festival, beat Jeppe. Selborne College did not concede a single try in the 2018 festival. And then after that, Parktown beat Hudson Park. And then we saw through the Garsfontein versus DHS. Garsfontein stealing it at the death. And then, of course, the final score of this game, Grey High School coming out on top, 33 points to 17.
Right, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. We're signing off here, Fenner Barnard and Justin Middleton. Hope to see you soon on School Sports Live.
We're all going somewhere, but we're not all getting there the same way. That's why Standard is now personal. Personal to your journey. To your next big idea, big deal, big win, your next I do. You need a bank that's human above all else, that fosters interactions above transactions, that encourages accountability, not just accounts. Because when you step onto your next, we step up to your next dream turned reality. Your next, siyakubongela mntanam, usebenzile. So what's your next? Because wherever you're going, we'd love to come along for the journey. Standard Bank, moving forward.